Hi everyone, my name is Chris Chan. I'm the host of Senior Source TV and the founder and CEO of Chelsea Place Senior Care. And today we're going to talk about the 12 signs that your loved one may need help or assistance at home. Before we do that, do me a huge favor, show me some love, hit like, hit the subscribe button, comment below. If you have any questions, any videos that you would like for us to make specifically for you, I'd be happy to do that. Love to provide some education for you guys. But today let's get into it. So a lot of times, we see families in crisis. Someone is, just kind of imagine this for a second. You get that phone call and your loved one, you find out that they're in the hospital. And all of a sudden you're up north and you're trying to figure out, okay, I got to go down and check on mom. She's in Florida, of course, because every senior lives in Florida. But I got to go down and check on mom in Florida. I go down to check on her here, and I start going around her home. And I start realizing there's a couple things that a lot of times families will disregard. They'll kind of almost like be in denial that mom might need any additional help. And all of a sudden they're in this crisis situation and they want mom to just get better, get her back home safely, and just go on with their merry business. But the reality of it is if they take a deeper dive into mom's situation, they'll realize that there's some things going on at home that might actually, kind of give them a preview that there might be more need there. There might be some care needs that are not being met. And so one of those might be a low food supply. You might go through mom's house and there's just, there is no nutritional food. How is mom, preparing meals? Is she even preparing any meals? How is she, eating anything nutritional? When it comes to spoiled and expired foods, you might go into the fridge, you might go into the cabinets and see a ton of spoiled and expired foods that could literally be harmful for her health. You could see a bunch of unopened mail, piles and piles of mail that are piling up. Bills that are not being paid, things that need to be taken care of that haven't been taken care of in a while. We've seen families that their loved ones haven't paid taxes in years, and so they haven't filed a tax return. Another thing, again, unpaid bills, medications might be mixed up. You might go into mom's medication cabinet and you might open up her stuff and realize that there's a bunch of extra medications on a Wednesday as opposed to a Monday and a Friday, and it's not lining up to what the prescription was for. You may also see unfilled prescriptions, where maybe there's phone calls on the machine that's saying, "Hey, Mrs. Smith, your prescriptions are ready for pickup," but they haven't been filled yet. Or there's bottles that should be refilled, but there's nothing in the bottles anymore, and they haven't been refilled. You might piles of dirty laundry just sitting everywhere because no one's been able to get to the dirty laundry. You might realize that your mom or your loved one or your dad or your spouse might be wearing a lot of the same clothes over and over again without washing them. You might notice a kind of a urine odor in the house. Maybe there's some incontinence issues that are starting to present themselves that before you hadn't noticed, or that might be new to them. They might be trying to hide it, so they might be taking their clothes and putting them different and stashing them away in different drawers or underneath the bed or in different areas, and this might be causing an odor issue that might be caused because of incontinence. Then you might see some cases where people become hoarders. They don't want to throw anything out. They're afraid of losing stuff, or they're afraid of losing all those memories, and so they start collecting everything. You'll also see fingerprints on the walls. Maybe your loved one or your mom or your dad is having difficulty walking throughout the house safely. Maybe they don't have a walker, or maybe they don't have a cane or any sort of device, so they're using literally the wall as kind of an aid to walk safely throughout their home. And you start noticing all those fingerprints on the walls and the doors and things like that. That could be a sign that your loved one might need a walker or something to help make sure that they're safe. Another one, failure to maintain the lawn. I mean, shoot, if they're having some of these other issues, then obviously they're not going to be mowing the lawn, and hopefully they aren't mowing the lawn. But you might see, if that was something that they were still responsible for, you might see that the weeds are starting to grow up, or it's not being weed eaten, or it's maybe not being edged, but it's maybe it's being mowed, but some of those other things are not being taken care of, and it's starting to grow and grow and grow, and now you can't see the sidewalk anymore, and there's weeds growing up in the flower beds and things like that. Or you might see, this is my favorite, to be honest with you, is the unexplained dents and scratches on the car. You walk into your mom or dad's garage, Mom, what happened to your car? And there's a big old scratch on the side of it, or there's a big dent in the bumpers and stuff, and you're starting to see them more regularly, and it's like, that was definitely not there last time I was here, Mom. And so these might just be some of those little things that a lot of times we see families just not they don't think of them as being that important. off. That's just part of getting older. But I don't realize that this could be an early sign that your loved one is suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia or some other things where they might need a little assistance in the home. Whether that's just, home care or someone else to just be able to come in that home, a neighbor, a friend, to just check on them regularly where you know that you can kind of have, someone to keep an eye on them. So if things do change and get worse, that you're prepared, you're ready to put more care into the home or make sure that mom can get into a senior housing or an assisted living environment, that she's going to be safe and be able to live her life as independent as possible. So these are just 12 signs that could lead to that. And the thing is it's important for you to realize that if you're going through this process and you start to see these things, it's not the end of the world, but it's great to recognize them and to be aware that these could be issues. And if you can at least be open-minded to that, then when the crisis situation comes, you'll be prepared for it. You'll be ready. You'll know that that was going to come one day, and you'll have maybe put things into the house. Maybe we could get Meals on Wheels, and they could start sending nutritional meals to the home. Maybe we could use companies like Shipt or Amazon to send meals or things to the home safely. Maybe we could use medication reminders through different applications, through different technology devices to help make sure that those things are taken care of. Maybe I can take care of mom's bills, and I can go ahead and set things up on auto pay for her so she doesn't have to worry about paying them with a check anymore. When it comes to laundry, maybe I can hire a home care agency to come in and just do the laundry, do the linens, and things like that, so your mom doesn't have to worry about that anymore, carrying the laundry basket around the house and falling and things like that. So there's a lot of things that can be done to help hedge against these and help ensure these aren't issues anymore. Maybe when it comes to the car and stuff like that, we've even seen where families have maybe undone the battery or unplugged the battery or something like that to make an excuse why the car is not working. And so, even though the car's still in the garage and all this kind of stuff, we haven't taken the license away, maybe it's still not working, we're trying to get it fixed, And obviously it's going to depend on, the person and where they're at. And every person's so different, but the reality is I could use maybe that as an excuse to hire maybe a home care agency or a transportation service to bring my loved one or my mom to and from maybe different things that she needs to get to. So these are just some different ways that we can help aid someone in these 12 things, but also things to look for when these 12 things or these 12 signs present themselves. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm here for you. I would love to answer any questions about senior care, everything from legal affairs to financial planning to finding the right care options to cognitive issues. We are here for you. We're here to answer your questions. We appreciate your support and look forward to providing you with a lot more information. Thank you so much